Welcome to my channel, where we share with you the most insane and unbelievable stories from people just like you. Today we have a story about a judge who got his truck towed by his own HOA, and he did nothing to stop it until they realized who he was. Make sure to stick around for the entire story, because it only gets better as it goes on. So without further ado, let's begin. The man was named Mark, and he lived in a peaceful neighborhood in Colorado Springs, Colorado. His house was beautiful and very well kept. It was a 2-story house with 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a huge backyard. Mark was a successful lawyer who had worked hard all his life to earn his success. He had a busy career that required him to travel frequently, and when he was home, he enjoyed spending time with his wife and kids, or relaxing in his favorite chair with a good book. One day, Mark came back from one of his trips to find a notice on his windshield that said his truck had been towed away. Confused, he called the number on the notice and asked them where they had taken his car. "I'm sorry, sir, but this is the second time this month your vehicle has been parked here. We have no choice but to tow it away," said the representative from the towing company. "My vehicle was parked in front of my house the whole time. How can it be in the wrong place? Also, why didn't you call me instead of just taking my truck?" Mark replied. "We tried calling you, but there was no answer. Our records show that we left a message, but obviously you didn't get it. That's ridiculous. There's no way I was parked there. My house is right behind me. If I was anywhere else, I would have seen the tow truck driver coming," Mark stated. "I understand where you're coming from, sir, but we do have proof that you were parked in the wrong spot. This will be the 3rd time we'll have to tow your car if it happens again. Now it's up to you to decide what you want to do next," said the representative before hanging up. Mark was furious. He couldn't believe what had happened to him. As he arrived home from his trip, he found a notice on his windshield that said his truck had been towed away. He called the number on the notice and asked them where they had taken his car. But the representative from the towing company told him that this was the 2nd time that month his vehicle had been parked there, and that they had no choice but to tow it away. Mark argued that his vehicle was parked in front of his house the whole time, so how could it be in the wrong place? And why didn't they call him instead of just taking his truck? The representative claimed they had tried calling him, but there was no answer. Mark insisted that he would have seen the tow truck driver coming if he was untowed his house, but the representative told him that they had proof that he was parked in the wrong spot and warned him that his car would be towed a 3rd time if it happened again. Mark decided to visit the police station near his house to file a complaint about the incident. But when he got there, he learned that the officer on duty was unavailable. "It's unfortunate, Mr. Williams, but I'm afraid the officer who handles these types of cases isn't available today. Would you like to leave a message for him?" asked the receptionist. "No, thank you. I'd rather wait until he's free," Mark replied. Mark sat down in a chair next to the desk and waited patiently for the officer to become available. After about an hour, the officer finally appeared and Mark approached him. "Hello, my name is Mark Williams and I wanted to file a complaint about my car being towed away without my permission," Mark explained. The officer listened attentively as Mark described what had happened and then thanked him for his time. "All right, Mr. Williams, I'll look into this matter immediately. You should receive a call from me within 24 hours with an update," the officer said. "Thank you so much, officer. That would be greatly appreciated," Mark responded. As Mark walked out of the police station, he noticed a small plaque on the wall that read, Remember, justice is not served, it is earned. He smiled faintly, thinking about how ironic it was that the very thing he was trying to achieve himself was being denied by the HOA. His car had been towed twice already, and he was fed up with their constant harassment. Mark decided enough was enough. It was time to take action. He knew exactly what he needed to do. He went straight to his computer and typed in the HOA's name. He found their website and clicked on the About Us page. There he saw a list of board members with their photos and names. One name in particular caught his eye: President Robert Chase. Mark had seen this man before, but he couldn't remember where. He scrolled down the page and found another photo of Robert at a community event. Suddenly, Mark's eyes widened in realization. He knew exactly where he had seen him before. Robert was the judge who had approved the HOA's charter. Mark picked up the phone and dialed Robert's number. "Hello," Robert answered. "Mr. Chase, I presume?" Mark asked. "Yes, speaking," Robert replied cautiously. "This is Mark Williams from Willow Creek Drive. I'm calling to discuss the recent incident with my vehicle being towed away." Mark stated, "Oh yes, of course. How can I help you, Mr. Williams?" Robert responded quickly. "I'm curious, Robert. Do you know why my car has been towed away 3 times this month?" Mark questioned. No, not really. Why is that?" Robert stammered slightly. "Because I park it in front of my house," Mark replied. "I don't understand what you're getting at, Mr. Williams. What does parking in front of your house have to do with me?" Robert responded defensively. "Everything, actually. You see, I happen to be the judge who approved the charter for this HOA, and I am starting to regret my decision." Mark stated calmly, "You are the judge." Robert's voice suddenly changed. "Yes, I am. And I am beginning to think that you might be abusing your power by harassing your neighbors and towing their cars without their consent," Mark continued. "I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, but I assure you that there has been no abuse of power. All actions taken against you have been justified and necessary," Robert responded nervously. "Really? Then why did you try to bribe me to move my car after I filed a complaint with the police?" Mark asked. "What are you talking about? I haven't spoken with any police officers recently," Robert replied. "Then allow me to refresh your memory. Here's a recording of our conversation," Mark said, playing the audio from his phone. On the other side of the line, Robert began to panic. He had no idea that Mark had recorded the conversation. He tried to make excuses, but it was too late. Mark knew exactly what he had done. "Robert, I suggest you undo the damage you've caused me and pay for my truck to be repaired. Otherwise, I'll be forced to take legal action against you," Mark stated firmly. "I understand, Judge. I'll take care of it right away," Robert replied, defeated. As soon as the call ended, Mark felt a sense of relief wash over him. Finally, someone was going to hold Robert accountable for his actions. He knew that the other board members were also involved in the harassment, and he planned to deal with them next. To be continued in Part 2.